Welcome back to the Football Thunders podcast, and a lovely belch there from that man Dan. Welcome back, that man Dan.
Buongiorno.
Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome back to a new year, a new podcast, new look podcast. Go on to our Twitter page at FBall Thunders. I think it is. Is that right?
That is correct. Look, he's getting there, isn't
I'm
he?
getting there, you know. Getting the
He's
English.
learning.
Unfortunately, there's no Christmas tree. It looks a bit bare. I'm going to have to do something about this.
Loving it meant for Pete, I thought for a minute.
Focus all on the podcast, which is brought to you, as always, time for the screen share. With Let Us Talk Mental Health, the football team raising money for mental health charity Mind. The assistant manager, Dan, who very rarely shows up these days from what
not true. I did miss the last game, but I had a valid excuse.
Yeah, it was Christmas.
Yes,
And
no.
The Proper Blokes Club. Walking and talking, breaking the stigma surrounding men's mental health. You can follow them at Blokes Club on Twitter or go to www.theproperblokesclub.co.uk and check out what they're doing. And if you're a fella and they're local to you, you can join in. The transfer window has flung open in our absence. It's the 1st of January until the 31st of January. It's now the 5th of January.
Say for a minute. I thought you were saying for a minute, just like it's the transfer window is today.
Yeah, so it's today. It's open. There's been a few signings, nothing massive yet, apart from Chelsea, which is going to be the start of our podcast, our main topic, but it's going to be mingled in with the transfer window. We're going to look at the transfer window overall. So let's go back to courtesy of the BBC. Hopefully, this should be.
No, they were German.
Showing up. The BBC? Well, you never know.
Queen is. Well, was.
Sorry. There have not been massive transfers as yet. There's been a couple. What was his name? It's Fofana, David Fofana, something or other at Chelsea, who's not been listed on this webpage, but apparently that was a done deal a week or so ago, and they confirmed that for the 1st of January. And what was his name? Quick check.
Benoit
David Datro Fofana, coming from Mold for 8 to 10 million, but fee undisclosed.
He's got some mold.
Now, the main topic of conversation is who is in charge at Chelsea, because Chelsea seem to be spending a lot of money, and they've signed Benoit Badiashile for £35 million. They've signed Fofana, as we've just said. They've been chasing after Enzo Fernandez, is it?
Signed someone else as well.
They're trying to do a deal. Who was trying to do a deal for Enzo Fernandez, and now Chelsea are in on it?
No, it was Chelsea.
Was it just Chelsea?
It's been Chelsea the whole time, yeah.
Right, sorry, I stand corrected. That's looking like
I don't know, the lad from Ukraine, Maduk. Arsenal.
Right, I know you're talking about.
He wants to go to Arsenal, but Chelsea said that they want to join into.
But the next one about 66 million for him or something, didn't they? Yeah. And Benfica won about 120 million for Chelsea.
My question, after paying 9,
they've just signed for the other Fofana from Leicester for what was that? Something like 77 million. They are spending a lot of money. I have 2 questions. First off, who do you think's making these signings, Dan? Do you think they're Potter signings, or do you think they're club signings?
This is Todd Bowley. He started it with when he took over, didn't he? He was immediately splashing cash. The only deal you could argue was definitely the coaches was Fofana, and he wasn't Potter's. He was whoever Chelsea started the year with. It's gone blank. Who did Chelsea start the season with?
What, as Tuchel. Manager? Thomas
Tuchel, because he checked Fofana, didn't he, for a medical, Todd Bowley. I think the rest are just Todd Bowley signings. I think Cucurella definitely was, because that was before Potter, although I saw someone claim this morning it wasn't. It definitely was.
Do you think that's why Potter's got the job? Because it seems to be running on a similar perspective to Brighton, in the sense that they were signing young players and then giving them to the manager to work with and sending them out on loan. and it seems a bit weird because I don't know if you've heard, but they've gone and basically taken half of Brighton's recruitment staff to
Yeah.
Chelsea.
No, I
And
think you've hit the nail on the head. I think it's a. I know you want to see Chelsea fans will want to see it now, but I do genuinely believe that the fault within Chelsea now. It's not Roman Abramovich's Chelsea anymore. Buy young, coach them up, and then they'll be ready. That seems to be the approach since Bowley's come in. They've signed a lot of, even this window. Fernandez is young, the Ukrainian lad's young. Fofana's what, 21?
yes,
Benoit, however you pronounce that one,
Adashil.
he's 22, 23. So they are going for that younger player that they can then progress in to be better rather than throwing cash. Because I guess what would you rather do? Throw some money at a youngster who might hit, or throw money at someone who's already there that might shit the bed? I'd
But
rather spend it on the kid.
my argument here is, haven't we seen this before with Chelsea? If we go back to the days
Not
when they
as young.
signed, well, no, if you think about it, if you go back to the days when they were signing people like Kennedy, the Brazilian winger, Marco van Ginkel was, I think, it was about 1920 when
Yeah,
he turned up. They were
but that
stockpiling back then as well.
yeah, but I don't think this is stockpiling to the point, because I think these lot will play. We'll see Fofana and lad with the weird name, Chris Benoit over here, and the others. It's the only Benoit I could think of.
Good job we're not monetized.
Yeah, they will play. Where Chelsea, as you said, when you're right, when they signed Van Ginkel, when they signed Marco Marin, De Bruyne, they were just buying the youngsters that look good in Europe. I do think this is slightly different. I think they're going after youngsters that are showing promise, rather than just, oh, my scouts say you're going to be good in 15 years. I may be proved wrong, but I don't think they've gone as mental. We'll have to see. Plus, I'm not being funny, but the Chelsea team, at the minute, it's cack.
It's aged a lot, to be fair. Thiago's like 38. The midfield, I think,
Thiago's their best. Thiago Silva's their best player.
Yeah, but he's their only fit defender, to be fair. I think Kante's 31. I think Jorginho's about 30. I think Kovacic is about 28, 29. So it seems to be they seem to be signing young potential. But as I said, we've seen this before, not only at Chelsea, but it's
but I genuinely believe these youngsters will be in the first team. They're not just going to sit in the reserves.
But then, how big is their first team going to get? Because if you were to remove all their injuries,
the general consensus seems to be that in the summer they're going to be releasing or selling a large bunch of that first team. Kante, Thiago Silva will probably stay, but Aspilicueta apparently might walk. They're going to remove one of their keepers. Aubameyang will go because his contract was short. So they will have a much smaller squad in the summer, because they'll lose a lot of their. I don't want to be rude. They'll just lose a lot of players.
Don't forget, they've probably got a ton of players out on loan, as is the way with so many clubs nowadays.
They have started to get rid of them now that there's Jake Forster-Caskey keep going.
Yeah, we're going to talk about him in a second.
To talk to him, are we?
Yeah.
Is he coming on
live on Football Thunders? Jake Forster-Caskey, not disclaimer. That is not true. That is
live from Stevenage.
Yeah. If you've still got connections with the club, Dan. If you can get his number, then we'll happily have him on the podcast.
You might get injured. Oh, sorry. Hold on.
As I said, there have not been massive signings, but do we think Chelsea are going to continue spending? Because obviously they've got to adhere to financial fair play, but bearing in mind they cleared all remaining debt that they had when the takeover went through from Abramovich. They've got a clear run to spend quite a fair whack of cash at the moment, which is why they're bidding for everybody under the sun by the looks of things.
I think they'll bring in. I think Fernandez ends this window at Chelsea.
Enzo?
Yeah, what they pay? Well, not Bruno.
I don't. I'm not convinced. I know Chelsea are going to spunk a load of cash, but I'm not convinced they're going to pay 120 million.
I don't think they will. But I think he'll end up there. I think they probably end up paying 70.
I'm not sure that Benfica will take it, because they don't need to sell. He's only been at Benfica for 6 months. This is the bizarre thing.
£9 million.
Pounds. Yeah. They signed him for £9 million in the summer and now are demanding 120 million. And the weird thing is I find it really bizarre that Chelsea are prepared to
absolute
pay that.
shit houses. It's great.
Well, no, to be fair, that's the deal with fee release clauses. We saw it with Jack Grealish. Man City wanted him. They tried to barter for him. They ended up having to pay the 100 million for him to go.
What a waste of 100 mil.
But would you pay 120 million as a manager for a young Argentine who's only had 6 months in the Portuguese league?
Didn't he come from Spain before that? I wouldn't pay that money,
Thought it was
frankly, for
Argentina.
anyone. No, I believe he was in Europe before he went to Portugal. But I wouldn't pay 120 million for anyone. But there's a very limited, maybe like Nate Mbappe, probably about it, Haaland.
As you can see on the screen, there's nothing much happened on the first couple of days. We'll quickly stop on day 3 though, because
On the
I'm
first day
sure
of January,
Dan would like to discuss Jake Forster-Caskey leaving Charlton for Stevenage.
Yeah, just good luck to him, really. You know, he's been at the club 6 years, 2 ACLs later. In the middle, bless him, had probably his best season at the club was in between the 2 ACLs. And then just hasn't been part of the first team this year, which has been wild when you think about how crap we've been. But yeah, I hope he goes. And ironically, he'll be playing next to Alex Gilby, who's also on loan from Charlton. And so I wish them both well, especially Jake. I'd love to see Jake stay fit and have a run, because there's no way he's a League Two player. Have just noticed that Beth England went to Tottenham.
Yes, there are. By the way, one of the beautiful things about the rise in women's football recently has been the fact that it's forced people like the BBC and Sky to actually put all the transfers in together as opposed to keeping them separate. So we are seeing, I must admit, it's been a bit confusing for me as someone who doesn't follow
See, I'm all right.
women's football. There was a sign, I think it was called Jordan Nobbs.
Yeah.
Went to Aston Villa from Chelsea, I think it was.
Arsenal.
Or was it from Arsenal? Sorry. And I was like, I've never heard of Jordan Nobbs. And then I was researching and found out it was a woman.
Hold on.
So
Daryl Stevenage are buying. Stevenage are going to have this amazing team by the end of the window.
Why is that? They got Daryl Horgan.
Daryl Horgan, Jake Forster-Caskey, and Alex Gilby. Are you sure? You're in League Two.
Nottingham Forest recalling one of their own players instead of buying everybody else's for a change. Although
they'll still have to spend some money.
I have heard that apparently they're going to be looking to increase their squad. I don't know how.
Well, they're trying to get rid of like 4 of the players they brought in, aren't they? Like Emmanuel Dennis is on the way back out.
But they've got, I think their owner owns other clubs as well, much in the same way Roland Douche did.
Douchebag.
Daley Blind, unattached to Bayern Munich. When did he become unattached from Ajax?
His contract was only... No, you know when he had his contract was cancelled by... No, like just by him. I think he only signed like a 6-month contract in the summer to get him through to the World Cup.
Right.
And then his contract was up.
His contract was up in January.
Yeah, he signed a 6-month deal. I'm sure he did.
In
the summer.
And he's gone to Bayern Munich. No idea why.
I think the idea really was staying and around the Dutch squad, playing Ajax, play the World Cup. I ain't going to be at the next one. Where's my last payday?
So basically,
that'll do.
Well, apparently it's only a 6-month deal to Bayern.
No, sit on the bench for 6 months. Great, get paid.
So
just today's. I haven't seen any of today's
news.
This
is today's. It's not up to date. There's a lot of women's stuff in here. There's nothing massive here. I will comment and say Manchester United have made a signing today. One Jack Butland as backup following the recall of Martin Dubravka to Newcastle. So he's there to sit on the bench. He's never going to play a game for Manchester United.
He might play next Tuesday. You never know.
But I need to take issue with plastic Manchester United fans on Twitter. I had an argument with them the other day. They seem to think that the money we've saved from Ronaldo leaving, which is about 20 million in wages, and sending Dubravka back will be enough to sign a striker that we need. To any Manchester United fan watching this who hasn't done their research, Manchester United made a loss of £115.5 million last year. For the full financial year. The Glazers took £33.4 million from the club in dividends, even though the club made a loss. The club is losing money because they're no longer in the Champions League. As a result, there's no Champions League cash. As a result of not being in the Champions League, we get penalised from our sponsors because obviously they're not getting their sponsorship original deal, which was you're going to show us around the world and in the Champions League. We're not doing that, so we've lost money from that. The Glazers are actively looking to sell. So any of you that think that there is big money available at Manchester United right now to go out and sign Dusan Vlahovic and all these other players that you've been linking online, I've got to say you are absolutely freaking deluded. There is absolutely no cash whatsoever. We spent
There's a new one today. Have you seen it?
No, go on.
Vincent Abubakar on a season 6-month loan from wherever he is.
I think he's at Ronaldo's club.
No, he might be. Yeah, I know he's over there somewhere. He's
over in Saudi Arabia. I think he's there. So I think
I saw
one in, one out.
I saw today that Man United were one of the teams that have been in approach, not necessarily going to sign.
It's a loan deal, much like we did with Odi and Igalo a few years ago, if you remember that one. To all Manchester United fans, we are signing Jack Butland. What does that tell you about the lack of money that we just don't have? If we actually had money, do you think we'd be signing Jack Butland on a 6-month loan deal from Crystal Palace? No, we'd go and buy someone who's half decent to play cup games. So all these Man United fans saying we need to sign this person, we need to sign that one. We just spanked almost £100 million on Anthony, for crying out loud. I think we spent £210 million in the summer, I think it was. The Glazers are trying to actively sell the club or get investment in because there's no money left. No money means no big signings. How do you not understand this? We would not be signing.
They are not football fans. This is why sometimes I am glad when I look at social media like Man United or Chelsea or whatever, and there's all these absolute monstrosities making comments, and I'm like, what world do you live in? Some of these things just doesn't belong here.
It's absolutely bonkers. Some of these people think that because of Man United's history and Man United's pedigree, that we have a small fortune to spend every single freaking week. And the truth is we don't. We just simply don't have any money right now. So wait till the summer, wait till the club has been sold, and then we'll see what they come up with. Until then, no. Is there anyone you'd like to see come into Charlton for this January transfer window, Dan? Any chance of money being spent?
Or...
Well, either or.
No, no chance of that. Well, anyone that knows what a football looks like and knows how to kick it with their feet, you're in with half a chance.
Half a chance. Is he your latest
Jane
right back?
Stockley to be off Gillingham, which
we are just on our. This is our new.
I saw the
Sorry, go on.
Jane Stockley is being linked with a move to Gillingham, which is delightful in my ears.
I know you've not been happy about Jane Stockley for quite a while.
The rumours with Charlton are going around. I've seen us linked with a few. We get linked with the same players every window. So like Macaulay Bond's linked again. Which, to be fair, if we were to sign him back, it's $2 million to re-sign someone for free. So that's not bad. But apart from that, there's just scattering around. I've not heard anything as close. Dean Holden kind of came out in his press conference and said he's not going to comment on any transfers until they're official. So
this is our Football Funders page, by the way. I'm just checking it just to see if there's any breaking news.
And in the summer, a lot of deals were done quietly at the Valley. Normally, South London press get a sniff, but a lot of deals in the summer were done without them finding out. So I guess we'll see. No, look, Paul's tweet. Are we a bunch of moaners? Yes, you are. There are a lot of Charlton fans. I saw I don't know if you saw it, Ryan, but I put it in the group chat. My view from my seat at Old Trafford.
Yeah, somebody else has,
funnily enough.
Yeah, somebody else has just done exactly the same. What the hell? Rezad. Yeah, okay. Good luck trying to say that name out loud. Breaking Brentford have confirmed the signing of Romeo Beckham from Inter Miami until the end of this season. So we have a Beckham back in the Premier League. Have you seen anything of
Is he in the
Romeo?
league? I don't watch the MLS.
No, neither do I. Oh, Jamie Carragher's talking.
I
The
have
FA Cup has
I have
kicked off.
too much
Oh,
I have too much respect for myself.
Jack Butland, massive
There he
club,
is.
massive opportunity. Can't wait to get started. Keep the bench nice and warm, son. We've got one dodgy goalkeeper in there. We do not need another one.
See you on Tuesday.
Yeah, you'll be on the bench for Charlton too. Come on, anything else breaking apart from Romeo? Romeo, wherefore out there, Romeo? You're in Brentford.
Oh, we're now doing a team with a festive period, are we?
Oh, there's a team for everything. Yeah, sad news that Gianluca Vialli passed away
Yes.
today after a long battle with pancreatic cancer. Do you remember Gianluca Vialli at all, Dan? Obviously, quite young.
No, I think he played. Didn't he leave 2000? I was 4.
Yes, Dan was very young.
I remember my first Chelsea memory is Zola, Hasselbank, Johnson tandem
he
grouping.
he was a Chelsea player. He was a hell of a player. Actually, won several Serie A titles, Champions League with Juventus. Had quite the partnership with Fabrizio Ravanelli in Italy. That was lethal. Then came over here. He was arguably one of the first to come over as part
Ravanelli
of
played for Derby, right?
yes, and Middlesbrough. And he was arguably started the wave following the rule of you could only have 3 foreigners in your team at any one time. When that ended, we sort of got an influx and we got high quality, especially at Chelsea, because Vialli came in, Ruud Gullit came in, Zola came in. Hell of a player, hell of a man, hell of a manager.
Albert Ferrer. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, no. Not
And
the same quality, to be fair.
our condolences to his family and loved ones,
Of
really.
course.
It's a shame. He was only about 58 years old, I think. It's far too young for anyone. Here's Dan moaning live on Twitter 4 hours ago.
Not live, it was 4 hours ago.
Yeah. Ronaldo's training, nobody cares.
No, he's playing tonight.
I still don't care. The FA Cup has kicked in, actually, so we'll have to have a look at that in a minute. But
we're out.
You're hopeful that someone will come in for Charlton?
We need lots. No, to be fair, we need a striker, regardless if we lose Stockley or not. We need another striker. The rumour, or what's being said I see it now by the South London Press and by a journalist who works for the Football League 92 website, that Charlton are actively looking for a left back, a left centre back, an attacker, midfielder, and a striker, which is pretty much where we do need to improve. The first thing we've got to do is make sure we don't sell Miles Lieberg in this window, but I think maybe he's one for the summer. But we do need general improvements to the squad. I think the starting 11 we've seen against Portsmouth, and I said it on this podcast before, and I've said it to you many times. The starting 11 have shown that when they want to, they can be a very good side. We've put 3 past Portsmouth and looked comfortable doing it, but whether we'll do it again tomorrow against Lincoln, you don't know. So we need those consistency in our team. I do wonder a little bit if the Man United game has lifted the spirit of the lads, and that's helped that we look quite good in 2 of the last 3 games.
Well, you've got a new manager, so new manager bound somewhere, hopefully.
His first game we got plonked in anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Man United have absolutely no money.
Bill
absolutely
Jones.
No money. I'm just having a quick look. I don't know if it's
club legend.
Come on the screen. Just having a quick look at who Man United could sell. Dean Henderson's obviously out on loan, earning us money. Someone told me that they should recall him, so that way we'd get more money to sign a striker. What they didn't realise is we're getting a loan fee and they're paying his wages. So we'd actually lose money if we were to recall Dean Henderson. That's why we've gone for Jack Butland, who's cheap and crap. Victor Lindelof can leave as far as I'm concerned. Eric Bailly, I think, is out on loan.
He's injured.
They can make that permanent if he's out on loan. Phil Jones, stop robbing the club. Please leave.
Doesn't exist.
Yeah. Who else? Aaron Wan-Bissaka, as predicted, came back and he's playing very well for Manchester United.
Brandon Williams can go.
Alex Telles can leave. He's already on loan. Brandon Williams, I love Brandon Williams, but I agree with Dan. I think he can go. Axel Twanzebe, you can leave too. You've been loaned here, there, and everywhere. He's been injured for a while, so he's not out on loan at the moment.
When did you sign the lad from One Direction?
Yeah, got a few of them. Who else we got? Fred, you can leave. Thank you very much. There's rumours that Ahmad Diallo Traore, whatever his name is, this week is coming back from Sunderland because he's been scoring absolute worldies down in Division 1 or wherever they are.
Yeah, Championship.
Oh, they got to the Championship in the end, didn't they?
Yeah, they won the playoffs last year. Yeah.
Facundo Palestri can leave. He can Facundo off as far as I'm concerned.
I'd get rid of the next two as well.
Not done anyway. Yeah. Donny van der Beek has got to be the most
He'll play on Tuesday.
Player. Well, I don't know because I don't know if you saw the tackle that he suffered.
No, I don't watch.
He got his first start. If you go onto our Twitter page, I do believe I showed the tackle. It looks like it could have broken his leg. I don't know if it has or not. I haven't heard anything else. But if he is fit, Donny van der Beek can go. Hannibal's out.
Oh, there he is. Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah. Anthony Martial can leave because he's done bugger all. Marcus Rashford's in the form of his life. Anthony needs to pull his finger out of his rear end and try and actually play football.
We won't talk about number 11.
Jadon Sancho, something very funny is going on with him. I'm not quite sure what. He's returned to Old Trafford now and is training with the first team. But apparently he's still a way off. Garnacho's going nowhere. Anthony Elanga can leave because he's apparently not very happy and Everton want him. So ta-ta.
He's not very good either.
Don't know what's going on with Shola Showtire. I'm not sure if he's out on loan or not. I can't remember.
See him Tuesday. No, he's not.
Is he not? Oh, he might play then. There you go. So not too much news yet in the transfer.
Now do that with the Charlton squad.
You want me to bring up the Charlton squad?
Well, you can I don't even know if we've got a page like that. To be honest, you can check.
All right. Give me 2 minutes and I'll pull that one up.
First, hold on.
There you go. Right, Dan, you've got the Charlton website because my computer won't load it up.
I can't. It's host disabled. Can you give me access to do Only Chubblies?
Oh, again? Okay,
yes.
New meeting. That's why. Here we go. All participants can host. There we go. And magic.
Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. Ladles and jelly spoons. This is the Charlton website. This is crap non-league side. You need to look at them. First team. Here we go. We'll have a laugh. So, good footballer, Joe Walcott, leaving. And I wonder if that's why he's blacked out. I wonder if he's gone.
Isn't Walcott the one that was supposed to go to the World Cup?
Walcott's the one that was at the World Cup. Yeah, he's just had his iron bar taken out of his finger. It was there to straighten this. Oh no, he's back. Walcott should be back. So he's injured at the knee, broke his hand. He's just had the iron thing removed, so back in training soon. McGiveray is off. Harness and Maynard Brewery youngsters. Maynard Brewery's been in goals the last few weeks. Has done really well. On to what's supposed to be but whether we can call them that is another question. Stephen Sessegnon, maybe the only good wing back we have at the club. How brutal do you want me to be?
Feel free. Yeah, you're down at the Valley segment, so
he can go. We like him. I miss him. Injured. So these two, both been out since November. They went out in the same game. When they're back, we're a much better side. I'm just going to pretend he's not there. Deji, he's back with us now.
Let's hope he gets a game then.
Sean Clare, who plays in every position that's ever existed, bless him. He might have disappeared. Lucas Ness has come from our academy and has looked really good recently. And Richard Chin is from our academy, but not as good as Lucas. George Dobson's the king of the world. We love him. And we've got a line of players that shouldn't be at the club, starting there and ending there. He's not there, so that's fine. He decides to play if he wants to. I don't want to talk about you. And Conor McGrandles is Charlie Kirk is good once a month. Jack Payne's all right. Scott Fraser's a Scottish Perlo. Blackett Taylor's fast. Aaron Henry is the next. Well, not the next, but he's the Charlton's kind of. He's the mini Scott Parker, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, he's going to be the next Scott Parker, hopefully.
Yes, well, I don't know if he'll have the level of Scott Parker, but he's the next for our academy that has a very similar technique. Tyrese Campbell's weapon and, oh dear Lord, this strike force is depressing. He can go away. He's going because Palace are going to recall him, and apparently he's going to go to Millwall. So
I love his name. It's like Raksaki.
like Saki.
Every time
This
I hear it, I just think of the word rucksack.
this man, he doesn't actually play for Charlton. He plays for our physio, which is really interesting, and Miles Lieburn, and he's not allowed to go anywhere. I'll lock him in a
Potential
cupboard to make
star
sure
of the
he
future,
doesn't.
Miles Lieburn. Keep an eye on him. I must admit.
He's not allowed to go anywhere because if he leaves, we're not going to score any goals.
Oh,
And then I
dear.
think there's one under 21. So we have any first teamers in here? Probably.
So there's not much you can sell, really.
No, I mean I'd sell all of them, frankly. Where's
Except for
Daniel
Miles
Carnew and
Lieburn.
Zach Mitchell? Yeah. Well, this young man is getting a lot of talk. Zach Mitchell, that he might be wanted by some bigger club. We've got some great names in this squad. Have a go at that one, Ryan. Go on.
Josh Lakeretobua. No?
Yeah, we'll go. No idea.
Okay, now.
Is he there? Daniel Carnew's started the last few league games, so we'll see if he hangs around. He's a big lad, isn't he? Jeez. But yeah, well, there's not again. Charlton sell players. It'll probably be kids. He looks like he's from Welling.
Yeah.
Right, that's it. That's
Look
Charlton.
like he'll mug you.
Now I've depressed you all with Charlton. No, don't want to upset him, dear.
No, it looked like he'll mug you on the way home from the valley. Oh dear. So, how are things looking at Charlton under the new manager?
I'll give it. I don't know. He's played 2 games. We've been smashed once and won once. So 50-50 so far. It's still too early, isn't it? I mean, you got to give him. Really, we've got to give him till March till I think we can truly judge Dean Holden. And then at the same time, can you judge Dean Holden when the owner's been the way the owner is? But there's talk that we're going to improve the squad. So again, I don't necessarily believe that. I believe it when it happens. So I guess it's kind of wait and see. Whatever happens, don't really blame Dean Holden for it. But so far, I mean,
blame Ben Garner either.
No,
really,
exactly. That's what I mean. The only thing, as I said before, when we talked about Ben Garner sacking, was he could have changed things. He was another Carl Robinson, Jose Mourinho kind of. No, this is the way I'm playing. So
yeah,
deal with it. Clubs knew that we couldn't pass out the back, but he wanted us to pass out the back. So they more or less would press their midfield and their strikers, and they just win the ball off us every time. And then he'd come out and go, "Yeah, mistakes," and he'd be like, "Yeah, well, change it." But that's hopefully Dean Holden's. We definitely played a very faster style. I don't just mean long ball. We moved the ball quicker against Portsmouth, which was nice to see. We're actually playing through rather than having Ryan stand on the ball for 2.5 years. I wouldn't have him stand on the pitch, but kind of have to.
So positive then.
Is he frozen?
I'm not frozen. I'm still here.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, I think we'll see. There's the positive. I think it has helped. Definitely, the atmosphere is obviously the quarterfinal next week. We know we're going to lose. We know we're probably going to get tanked, but it's a day out for the fans, the players, the families, even because for some of our players that come from our academy or lower league academies, they've not had this chance that often to go play at Old Trafford. Or a few of them, have come through and probably played there before, like Chucks and EK, obviously played in the Premier League if it was only one appearance. And probably been there as a kid from the Arsenal academy. But for some of the youngsters, be a nice opportunity for them. So I mean, I'm hopeful. I'm hoping we don't get absolutely tonked.
That's the Carabao Cup, isn't it?
Yeah, if we come out of the Old Trafford and we've lost 3-0, it's not the end of the world, is it? I mean, it's not the end of the world regardless, but we could just keep it respectable. Be all right. Because I think we might get away with it because United have Man City on the Thursday, right? Or was it the Friday?
I think it's the Friday.
So I don't think we'll see the big boys. I think we'll see a mixture of some kids and
Donny van der Beek,
people that need minutes. So I wouldn't be surprised if Sancho's on the bench or
I don't think he's ready.
Donny van der Beek or
I'm
Jack
genuinely starting to wonder what's happening with Sancho. I'm starting to wonder. They keep saying he's not fit, but I'm wondering if they're talking mentally fit instead of physically fit. Because
I wondered if the penalties fucked him.
Well, no, to be honest, he started. If you look at his stats, he actually started this season quite well. I think he had like 3 assists and 2 goals, or the other way around. And then all of a sudden, he just literally dropped off to the point of like there was no product from him at all. And then the World Cup came around, and they were like, right, well, you're going to Holland to train with some people we know, and then you're going to come back when you're ready. So I don't really know what's going on with him. I just hope that he can get his career back on track, because the last thing we need to see, I think, is another Dele Alli, who rumours are they've had enough of him in Turkey, are looking to try and send him back to Everton, and Everton don't want him back.
Everton are
So
saying, do we don't want to pay him?
Everton look like they're going to go down. Is it Frank Lampard's fault, or is it just years of bizarre investments like Donny van der Beek on loan and signing Dele Alli?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the majority is the shite investment. But then, as we've said before about Frank Lampard, not particularly sold on him as a manager anyway. I don't think he's proven himself at any of the clubs he's been at necessarily.
Yes.
We've been through that many times, but I don't think he improved Derby. Don't necessarily think he worked wonders at Chelsea.
He did what he could with Chelsea, didn't he, really? Let's be honest. They were under a transfer embargo.
I don't think he's done anything at Everton that any other manager wouldn't do. Like, they're still in trouble. I still think Everton are relegation candidates. It hasn't helped the transfers he's got a crap like this window. I know people are excited about the James Tarkowski signing, but if James Tarkowski is your statement signing,
well, yeah, I mean they got Connor Cody on loan, didn't they, as well? It looked, to be honest, they started all right at the start of this season, but
they can't score. They've just got no one up top.
No,
if Calvert-Lewin isn't fit, which he's having problems with, there's just no goals.
Yeah,
and obviously we discovered. It'll probably be another topic for another show, but we discussed, I think it was yesterday, Everton's transfer window. It was the worst window we've ever seen.
Yes.
And that window was poo. And the problem is for Everton is I'd say probably their last 3 or 4 windows are pretty similar.
Yeah.
They've not had a good window pretty much since David Moyes, maybe Martinez on a push.
Yeah.
And even then, some of David Moyes' signings were a bit whiffy. Like Billy Adinov and
yes,
who's the striker they signed around? I can't remember who it was. There's a crap striker in there as well.
Cenk Tosun.
Sadly, he was. I think he might have been. Who's the Dutch guy that they had? What's his name? Barcelona. Managed Barcelona not until last season. Koeman.
Right. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Still amazes me that he got the Barcelona job, frankly.
Well, they needed somebody. Let's be honest. They couldn't get the person they wanted.
That's the best they could do.
That is the best that they could do. But when you look at the chaos that is Barcelona Football Club, you can't help but think,
who's manager now?
Xavi.
Oh yeah, they're top of the Bundesliga.
Bundesliga. That's fantastic. Well done.
That's pretty impressive, that, isn't it?
Yeah, they went all the way over to Germany for that one. Well done.
I take Cottbus and Hamburg.
Right, now I understand we're going to round off this week's podcast with a bit of torture from Dan, because Dan's come up with a game for the pair of us. So explain and show your workings.
Okay, so my generation will probably know it as tic-tac-toe. Ryan's generation know it as chalk on a floor, and Pete's some rocks spread around the floor. You could use Pete's netting that he uses for the fish. But anyway, it's very simple. It's noughts and crosses for those that don't know tic-tac-toe or the way I explained it. But it's football edition. So obviously Ryan will have one colour or an X or an O, and I have the other. And we've got to name players that have played for both. So if you name a player that plays for Tottenham Man United, you go there with that player's name. That becomes your X circle, whatever you choose to be, with that player. It's very simple.
Okay, shall I go first then?
We'll do triangle and circle. Yeah, go on, you go.
Right, so we'll start in the middle. So Tottenham, Manchester United. I'll go Dimitar Berbatov.
So you do that, and then you can put Berbatov. That's how you spell it, isn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah. So then you've done that. So I will go. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna go. I'm having a brain fart. I will go Newcastle Man United, Keith Gillespie.
Oh, very good call.
That's not how you spell his name, but that's what we'll go with.
I will go Southampton, Chelsea, and go Wayne Bridge.
Wayne Bridge. So I have to go down here. I have to go Newcastle, Everton. Great. Newcastle, Everton.
You got to come up with a name.
Oh. Newcastle, Everton. Can you think of one?
I can. I've got one.
Because if I can't, then I can drop it. Then you can drop it when I'm. So I can. I just can't picture. I can't remember his name. Oh,
it's so obvious. Ryan. If I was gonna tell you, you're gonna kick yourself afterwards.
I'm not doing it. I'm thinking.
You will kick yourself when you hear this name.
I'm just trying. Oh, Louis Saha.
Well done.
Yeah,
I was going to say Duncan Ferguson.
Oh, fuck off. But Louis Saha still works.
So easy.
Louis Saha works. Because he was on loan from Newcastle, wasn't he?
Tottenham, Southampton. Okay.
That one's easy.
Tottenham and Southampton is going to be Gareth Bale, isn't it?
Okay, yeah. I was thinking Jamie Redknapp. Yeah, easy. Gareth Bale or Jamie Redknapp. Southampton, Newcastle. Well, that one's even easier, isn't it?
Is it?
It's Alan Shearer.
Oh, shit, yeah. Right, so to win, shit. I've got to go Everton, Tottenham. Everton and Tottenham. Jesus. Who's played for Tottenham and Everton at the same time? In the same.
At the same time?
At the same time, yeah, at the same time. Tottenham and Everton.
Technically, there was a player that played. Technically, was there at the same time.
Tottenham and Everton. Louis Saha, because Louis Saha played for Tottenham as well. So yay, I win. There we go.
Louis Saha. That was what I was thinking as soon as I said it. And then the last ones would have been Chelsea and Man United, so you could have had Juan Mata.
Yes.
Juan Mata. What is the matter, you?
And Chelsea and Everton, which would have been Chelsea and Everton, actually. Not many players go from Everton to Chelsea. Ross Barkley, there we go.
There's a reason.
Yeah, Ross Barkley, there you go. We've done it as well. And
should we do another round?
What's the time? Because Man United are kicking off against Everton. Yeah, we've got time 7. For one more. You got one more? We'll do one more.
Well, I'm going to quickly make one more. I'll stop sharing for a minute. You talk some nonsense to them.
I could talk lots of nonsense to them. I'm interested on your thoughts on Arsenal. Do you think Arsenal need to sign a new striker, considering they've only got Eddie Nketiah and Gabriel Jesus is out on loan?
No,
out on loan? Sorry, he's not out on loan.
I think they've got enough in their squad, to be honest. I generally believe that they've got goals enough in their squad. I just think they play good football. Maybe, I mean, if you're looking as backup, but I don't think it's like a necessity. Look for the bare necessities.
Do you think they're genuinely going to win the league? We're halfway point. So
yeah, at this point, yeah.
I don't think City will come up behind.
I think they will, but it's what, 7 points?
I think it's 5 now.
It's going to need a bit of a bottle that I don't know if Arsenal. I think this is a different Arsenal.
Yes, it feels like very much Mikel Arteta's Arsenal. So I'm going to call it now. I'm going to say they're going to fall short, and they will finish second. I think.
Right, Haaland, I think is going to spanner in this one. Ready?
I think Haaland is going to score enough goals to get City over the line.
Haaland, push me in a shiner. Right.
Viking mode engaged. Right.
West Ham, Arsenal, Man City, Leicester, Charlton, Sunderland. I'll go first because you went first last time.
Bloody hell. Go on then.
Arsenal, Charlton.
Chuck Sanike.
Alexson.
Akpom.
We never had Chuba Akpom. Wish we did.
West Ham and Charlton. Uck.
This one's easy.
Yeah, it's for you. You're a Charlton fan.
No, this one should be easy for you as well, to be fair.
West Ham. Jermaine Defoe. There we go.
Yes, thank you. Could have had Scott Parker as well, to be fair. Right, next one. I'll go Arsenal Sunderland. Nicholas Bentner.
What a name. I'm going to need to go Arsenal Leicester, aren't I, to block it off. Arsenal and Leicester. Ooh. Arsenal and Leicester. Have Leicester signed any of Arsenal's kids?
That one's a bit of a bastard, isn't it?
It is actually. I've got to admit. Or have any Leicester players gone to Arsenal? This is a real pig.
I was just thinking N'Golo Kante. I shouldn't really give you any clues.
He's not played for Arsenal.
He hasn't played for Arsenal, so I don't know why that came out.
What are you on about?
No, I was thinking of
Arsenal, Leicester. Jesus. Arsenal and Leicester. Who of Arsenal's rejects would Leicester sign?
I think I've got one. But I don't know if he plays for Arsenal. I think he did, but I'm not sure.
Arsenal, Leicester. This is a pig. Jesus. Arsenal versus Leicester. Arsenal and Leicester, sorry.
Arsenal versus Leicester.
If anybody knows an answer, leave it in the comments on our YouTube video.
I think I know an answer.
I'm genuinely trying to think. I want to say Cedric, the Portuguese defender. I kind of feel like he would have been on loan at Leicester, but
this is Southampton.
It was Southampton. Arsenal and Leicester.
There's only one in my head. I don't even know if it's right.
Arsenal, Leicester. They've had Kasper Schmeichel for so long that rules out the goalkeepers.
It could be any time.
That's what I'm trying to think.
I've got one from the early 2000s. I don't know if he played for Arsenal. I think he did in the 90s.
Come on, there's got to be someone. Jesus. It can't be this bad, surely.
I mean, you could always go somewhere else and set me up, see if I can make the win, you know.
Leicester's a bit of a pig, actually, but I'm going to go somewhere else. I'm going to go Manchester City, Leicester, and I'm going to go Riyad Mahrez.
I'm going to take a punt at this Arsenal Leicester one.
Go on, then.
You can tell me if it's bollocks, and then we might have to Google it on screen.
I'm going to Google it on my phone. Go on.
Paul Dickov.
That's a winner, I think.
Definitely at Leicester, and I have a feeling I watched a documentary of Ray Parlour, and Paul Dickov scores in the game. I'm sure he does.
Where's his Wikipedia? Hang on. Yes, he started. Oh, fucking hell, you pulled that one out your ass.
Because I was watching an interview of Ray Parlour the other week.
He started his career from 1990 to 1996, made 22 appearances and scored 4 goals.
He was talking about Paul Dickov, and I was like, I didn't know you were there.
And actually went on to play for Leicester twice between 2002, 2004, and 2008. And
all right, let's fill in the blanks. Leicester, West Ham.
Oh, God. Leicester, West Ham.
I don't even know if that's possible. It must be possible.
No idea.
Dean Sturridge, you play at West Ham? It's Dean Sturridge, isn't it?
There was a Dean Sturridge, yeah. Wikipedia, a long time ago. Let's have a look. Didn't play for West Ham at all.
Well, close enough.
Played for Wolves.
Let's have a look. Players that have played for West Ham and Leicester.
This quiz has gone awful.
No, it's been successful. We're learning. Players for West Ham.
Sunderland and West Ham. There's got to have been someone that David Moyes took from Sunderland to West Ham, surely. Or the other way around.
West Ham have been bastards, haven't they?
Charlton, Manchester City. There you go. Try that
one. Easy.
Go on.
Bradley Wright Phillips.
Sunderland, Manchester City. That's going to be Jack Rodwell.
So I forgot about him.
Yeah. Sunderland and West Ham. I want to see if Jack Rodwell played for West Ham as well. I know it's cheating giving the same answer twice, but
Jack Collison?
That's a good shout. Well done. That's a really good shout.
Sunderland?
Yes.
I see him in a red and white shirt. Let me double check.
Very well done. So it's just West Ham, Leicester.
Jack Collison, I'm checking.
No, you're right.
No, I'm wrong.
Tell you that's right.
No, I'm not. I'm wrong.
Seriously? I
was
he played for West Ham.
Sunderland.
Sorry?
I was convinced he played for Sunderland.
So did I. Did he not?
No. Played for Wigan, Peterborough, Ipswich. Retired.
Jesus. Blimey. Have you got an answer for Leicester West Ham yet?
No.
No? Oh, blimey, here we go.
I'm trying to think desperately. Niall Quinn, did he play for West Ham?
Players who have played for both West Ham and Leicester City. Here we go.
Might not be any, frankly.
Here we go. Players who have played for all three. Tony Cottee.
Right, I found a West Ham Sunderland one.
Paul Konchesky, Dan. Has played for both West Ham and Leicester.
Sunderland, West Ham, Anton Ferdinand.
There we go. And David Connolly is the other one, the striker.
The striker. Yeah.
But you should have got Paul Konchesky.
Yeah, forgot he existed. Sunderland, George McCartney, Sunderland, West Ham.
And you could have also had Matthew Upson for Leicester West Ham.
What the fuck did he play for Leicester?
He played for Leicester City for 2014 to 2015, played only 5 games. But he was at West Ham from 2007 till 2011. We're going to need to do a pub quiz to improve our knowledge before we do this again, because this is shocking, ladies and gentlemen.
So 1 week we can go continental. That'll fuck it up.
That will really cause chaos.
AC Milan and Barcelona.
There's probably quite a few. Frank Kessie springs to mind on that one.
Zlatan as well.
But anyway, yeah, we'll have to come up with another one for our next podcast. Also, do check out our Football Funders page on Twitter, because for the January transfer deadline day, we will be doing a Twitter Spaces for about an hour or so during the transfer window deadline day before it shuts. So do that. Dan can stop sharing the screen now.
I'll even dress up with like Jim White for you all. There you go. God, you won't see me, but you know.
Once again, a quick shout out to our lovely, lovely friends at the Proper Blokes Club, walking and talking, breaking the stigmas around men's mental health. You can follow them at Blokes Club on Twitter, or go to www.theproperblokesclub.co.uk. And Dan's gang, Let Us Talk Mental Health.
Who wants to join my gang?
At Let Us Talk _MH. Raising money for mental health charity Mind. They've got some games. Go to our Twitter page and you will see their latest game posted up. And if you're in the local area, go and support them, give them some cash, buy them some merch, and all the money goes
in a month's
mental
time.
Health charity Mind.
Make sure you tweet them to wish Jamie good luck on his wedding day.
Absolutely, we will make sure we do that.
As that is coming up in the next month.
Definitely. Nice to hear some good news for the start of the new year. So, until next time, ladles and jelly spoons, thank you, Mr. Finch.
Buongiorno, merci beaucoup.
If anybody is anywhere near the Sittingbourne region of Kent, do keep an eye out overseas. You may see a man netting fish fingers. Until then, take care, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see you again soon.